Number 1. Eve's Scandal. Although it is considered a work that marks COEG's return to the small screen after the scandal, Eve's Scandal received up to 45 votes for the worst dramas of the year. Experts evaluate that the screenplay is not creative and has no highlight as well as follows the old path of a typical romantic K-drama. The problem-solving in the ending is also considered unreasonable. And the most controversial thing is the sensitive and provocative scenes that should have been labeled 19+. Although there are some opinions that those hot scenes are necessary for the plot and show Sale Yeji's passion for the role, nothing could save the low rating of the series. Specifically, in episode 1, the intimate scene between Ra-el and her husband, Jang Jin-wook, played by Lee Ha-yoon, was considered inappropriate and unnecessary because the intimate scene between the two characters takes place right behind the scenes of an event for parents of new kindergarten students. In addition, the fact that the Ra-el used provocative words, dazed eyes, and a seductive body as weapons to seduce Kang Yoon-keum also caused mixed controversy. Some netizens commented, "This could be flagged soon. It's too cheesy, so I turned it off." Not to mention the fact that it has such a 19-rated scene, the production of this scene was awkward. It seems that Yeji's chosen of Eve's Scandal as a comeback project after her scandal is not a wise move because instead of being welcomed and accepted by the public, she is being scrutinized and criticized even more. Number 2. Money Heist. Korea, Joint Economic Area. Money Heist. Korea Joint Economic Area is a remake of Spain's Money Heist, depicting blatant, well-invested robberies. Because the Spanish original series was so successful and had become a craze for several years, along with the fact that the Korean version gathered a famous cast, who have shown their acting skills through many previous dramas and movies, Money Heist. Korea Joint Economic Area naturally received great expectations, not only from the Korean audience but also from the international ones. However, contrary to those expectations, on the IMDb page, the remake only received a score of 5.2/10 with a lot of criticism from international audiences. Most of the comments considered the drama a copy, no more no less. Some comments from the IMDb audience. A pretty bad series. It should have been a story inspired by the original, but it's like a generic remake with no soul. I've been waiting for this series to see what it's going to be like, but sadly it's just a copy with no novel ideas in mind. I hoped there would be a change, but in the end it was still just a copy. It looks like a low-budget remake trying to gain fame. Undeniably, the production crew has made some changes here and there to suit the typical culture of Korea, such as the political context of South North Korea, Tokyo's eavesdropping on BTS music, or the meals always have kimchi, even if it's for the hostages, etc. Apart from that, the plot hasn't changed too much, so viewers don't seem to have any more surprises watching the series. Not only that, the pace of the drama is also said to be really slow because the director focused on going deep into the characters' dialogue, making the atmosphere become stagnant and creating a feeling that everyone is holding back as well as not showing the madness and excitement of robbers. Money Heist. Korea Joint Economic Area also lacks a theme song that acts as a symbol for the work, just like how Bella Ciao has penetrated into the minds of La Casa de Papel's fans. In short, after 6 episodes, the Korean version of Money Heist just stopped at a safe level and didn't leave too much an impression on viewers. And with a great expectation from the beginning, as well as the great shadow of the original version, the remake has been rated as one of the worst series in Korea in 2022, only after Eve's Scandal. Number 3. Love, featuring Marriage and Divorce. 3. Love, featuring Marriage and Divorce, is probably not something new for K-dramas addicts because the drama has gone through 2 very successful parts before. That is also the reason for Part 3 to be born with a lot of anticipation from the audience. In fact, Season 3 of the series also ended with a pretty high rating, 10.4% of the national average rating. However, compared to the success of the first 2 parts, Part 3 is still considered a big disappointment for those who love this series. The reason given by them is that the quality of Season 3 has seriously deteriorated. The absurd ending causes outrage and the change of some cast members also makes viewers lose interest. Love, featuring Marriage and Divorce, is a drama about the suffering, struggle and craving for happiness of 3 women in their 30s, 40s and 50s after suddenly discovering their husbands having an affair. In Season 3, the audience looks forward to seeing the 3 female protagonists seek new happiness, and witness how the 3 husbands and mistresses pay for their mistakes. However, contrary to viewers' expectations, Part 3 is full of confusing details which are even said to be quite silly, such as those who have passed away suddenly reappear, while the emotional relationships between the characters begin to develop in a messy way. The drama not only failed to fulfill the audience's wishes in the previous 2 parts, but even offered an open ending, leaving many unanswered questions like, did Dong Ma really die? Why is there a scene where Sailbon, who is dating Si-eun, gets married to Song-won, a deceased person? Did Amy have an affair with Sa-yeon? What was the end of Hae Ri-young? Maybe it's a sign that season 4 is coming, however, that has not lessened the outrage of viewers. Critic Jung Dak-yeon also spoke up, saying, "I am curious about the intention of writer Sung-han, who irresponsibly wrote the ending without any consideration and even polite towards the viewers who accompanied the drama until season 3 inches." Number 4. Today's webtoon. After the success of A Business Proposal, Kim Sejong is considered a good acting idol, capable of creating extremely good ratings. When she confirmed her return with the drama Today's Webtoon, audiences were all looking forward to an interesting workplace story following A Business Proposal. However, Sejong's new project was not as successful as expected and even received countless negative comments on the plot as well as acting skills. The drama aired this July with a starting rating of 4%, then gradually dropped to 1.6% in the last episode, even to 1.5% at one point. This is a very low rating of a drama that is aired on Korean Central Station every Friday to Saturday evening. Today's webtoon is adapted from the Japanese webtoon series, Ju-han Shutai, by Naoko Matsuda, thus being considered incompatible with Korean culture. Plus the lengthy content, cliched dialogue, cumbersome details, and lack of emphasis are also huge minus points of the series. And yet, the acting of the three main characters also received lots of harsh comments from the audience, who claimed that these three just couldn't act. In particular, viewers commented that Kim Sejong's role as Ma-eum brought awkwardness and her emotional expressions in the drama is exactly the same as that in previous ones that she participated in, without any breakthrough. On the screen, the interaction between her and her two co-stars, Choi Daniel and Nam Yoon-soo, is also said to be out of rhythm. Some comments from netizens. There are a lot of holes in the plot. The dialogues are also stereotypical. The plot is not natural. The characters have no charm. I can't even watch anymore. No one can act. I've watched the replay a few times. In short, it's boring. And Kim Sejong's acting just screams, "I'm acting." So, it seems that Sejong has lost brownie points for her performance in this series. Hopefully she will regain her form in the Uncanny Counter 2. Number 5. Big Mouth. Are you surprised by the last name on today's list? There's no way Big Mouth would be on this list, but it did. Big Mouth is said to be the reason for today's webtoon's failure because it's a serious competitor to any series that airs in the same time frame. But somehow, many people still insist that the drama sucks and they have their reasons. Marking the return of Lee Jong-suk after being discharged from the army, along with the cooperation of Yoona, Big Mouth seems to be the most anticipated project in the second half of 2022. Right in the first broadcast, the drama has attracted a lot of attention from the audience thanks to many tense, dramatic scenes incorporating emotional scenes and humorous lines. But later on, the script became more cumbersome and revealed many unresolved problems, thereby receiving a lot of negative feedback from both the audience and the media. Most netizens realized that while there are many puzzling points set from the beginning, the series has an unfinished ending which couldn't resolve those problems. Moreover, viewers cannot accept the death of the male lead, saying that Go Mi-ho does not deserve to die. An unclear ending, in which all criminals do not have to pay for their crimes, and the protagonist's desire to return to a normal life does not come true, assessed Ilgan Sports. There are too many plot holes in the late episodes. Big Mouth should have been a 20-episode series instead of just 16. A very empty ending. I think the actors must have been shocked when they read the script. Suddenly I felt like I was betrayed. Are comments expressing great disappointment of viewers after watching the last episode. Although the rating of the last episode was up to 13.7%, it did not help to pull Big Mouth out of the list of the worst K-drama in 2022. It seems that Korean audiences are becoming more and more demanding of television productions. And it's also the last series on today's list. Do you agree with the audience's opinion? Are there any other dramas that you think should be there in part 2 of this list? Please comment down below, and if you want more videos like this, don't remember to like, share and subscribe to Bbali Drama.